All right. Shit, now we in business. Raider Nation, how are you guys doing? You ain't getting no sound because you being too whack. Boy, I just see a greasy old hand right here. Boy, wait, put that greasy old hand down. All right, here we go. All right, we're good to go. So, Raider Nation, welcome to another great episode of the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones, here with me, a big-headed brother, mother from another other mother, Phil Robinson III. How you doing? How are you guys doing? Happy Monday. Tomorrow's training camp. I know you guys are hyped and psyched. Everybody's ready to do some backflips and all that good shit. Phil.
Yo, we're good.
Are you ready? Are you ready for training camp tomorrow?
Yes. Football is here. I did not think it would happen. Even made a couple of bets that it would not happen, but it is here. Will it stay is another question, but I am ready for football's return.
Are you truly ready? Because I mean, like you saying it all nonchalant, like, yeah.
Well, I can tell you honestly, I'm not getting ready to drive my car off the side of the road for football because then I couldn't watch it.
Right.
I don't get to cover my college football this year, so yes, I'm fucking ready for Raider football.
All right,
I'm
look.
ready for football as a whole. I'm ready to see some action. I've been watching fucking baseball, man. Baseball.
I mean, yeah, that's true. So that being all said, so look, everybody's thinking that they're gonna be doing conditioning and everything tomorrow, but surprisingly, this is what's supposed to be going. This is on the list for tomorrow to start training camp. Another COVID test.
There's gonna be a lot of those. That's the new thing now. Gotta make sure everybody's healthy because you only need one bad apple to spoil the bunch.
Guess what's in store?
What is it, Miami Marlins?
Guess what's in store for Wednesday, you guys? COVID. Another COVID test. Guess what's in store for Thursday? You get a break. Friday, you got one more. But what's going on is this. They'll still be having like the course set up like they've had during the whole off season, the little off season course set up. So that's going to be going on during the time being. So that could be going over like defensive, offensive playbooks. So everybody to go on and comprehend, break that down, understanding assignments. You're just going to be doing a lot of classroom work. I actually have the list on what they're actually going to be doing. Here we go. I'll pull that up and read it for you guys. Here we go. Ooh, wrong one.
Watch me. Ooh, watch me.
I thought I pulled up the right one. Hold on. Here we go. Let's try this again. All right. This should work. That's weird. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. There we go. All right. So and I'm gonna let you guys know it's a lot to it what's going on. I mean, it's a long laundry list. Like, you guys are gonna be like, what the hell? You gotta wait for this, you gotta wait for that, you gotta see this shit and that shit. All right, so other words, once they do that, we're going towards like middle of August, we'll start to see contact. So from August 17th going on to September the 1st, we'll have them. They'll be in shoulder pads, they'll be in shells, they will be tackling, they will be getting physical again. The only team that'll be practicing early and helmets and shoulder pads will be Kansas City and Houston because they had that Thursday night game to open up the season. So that's what's going to be going on. Other than that, it's going to be interesting. I know all three of our quarterbacks that went on and got through their 72-hour COVID test. They passed. They'll be able to use the facility, the weight room, and whatnot. The other thing is we went on and did another waiver pickup transaction. Jeremy Ruse picked up the guard, and I'm just looking at it right now. The Raiders have a plethora of offensive guards this year. A plethora. Phil, talk to me before, man. We got too many damn offensive guards. What's going on?
You can never have too many. I mean, you look at it and you think, Gabe, when was the last time Gabe finished the season or played a full 16 games? It's been a while. You look at Richie Incognito, who's 37, 30, going on 38 years old. How much while he may be coming off a Pro Bowl year, how much more tread does he have left on the tires? Because he is getting up there in age. And when you look at him, they got him in a suit of tape armor just to hold him together. Now he's out there doing his thing, and I would never hate on him because he's put in that work for the silver and black. But you have to look into the future. And what I think is that they're going to have a competition. There may be, and they're also planning on for an unexpected eventuality. I mean, if somebody goes down, you'd like to have, ideally, like to have more than just one guy who's backing up both sides of the line.
I mean, but yeah, you also got what, Simpson? You have Denzel Good. I say dude that we had last year that came in and filled in for Incognito. You still have Lester Cotton Sr.
Yeah, Jordan Devy ended up getting hurt.
Yeah, Devy, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, so you're looking at two years right off the bat. That's two guards that got hurt and had to fill in, had to do something different, and it was a position that didn't have a lot of depth. Now, what I've seen Mike Mayock and Gruden do with this entire team is basically start stocking it like a college team. You have your starters who are great starters, good starters, the guys, but then you're slowly stacking the depth right behind them so that once, if something happens to them or when they leave, you have another guy who's 100% capable of manning the position up or even playing it better.
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you don't miss a beat and keep rolling. And honestly, that's what you haven't seen out of the Raiders since the 02 days.
Yeah. Yeah, Rich. Yeah, you're right. Andre James, and he switches over to center as well. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, my only thing is, you have to remember they're getting ready to start training camp this week. The other thing they have to do, they have to get down to 80 players. So if you have to get down to 80 players, why are you going on and signing more players right now? Like, let's be real here.
Well, what I'm guessing is they see people that they like and they realized the guy that they signed, they were awarded off a waiver. So literally, if they didn't pick him up, somebody else would have. Now, is with the 80 guys, it make like you said, it raises some eyebrows as to what exactly is going on and what is the plan. But if you think about it, it's genius because they're padding their roster with guys that they didn't expect to make it anyway. So when they have to
Yeah.
make that cut, it should be relatively easy.
Now here's the other thing. So that's 91 players right there on the active roster. You got to get down to. You're gonna have to cut down on what 11 right there, and I know they need those cuts done by. If I'm right, they need it done by Tuesday night, or they need it done by
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
No, it has to be done Tuesday night. They got to be at
Tuesday
8
night, okay.
camp.
No, well, you know, with the West Coast, you know, sometimes they push it back, but that's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, Kev, yeah, they did expand the practice squad to 16 players now, so that's a plus. So, like guys, like you know, if you did have a positional battle where I don't know, let's say hypothetically, Rico Gafford ended up being the odd man out. He has a chance to get back on that practice squad, and most likely they're going to make sure they lock him up. Expect to see the Raiders lock up another at least two or three D linemen, and some of them offensive linemen. I wouldn't be shocked if I see Paul Butler on that practice squad as well, because they're going to try to find a way to keep him. They love Paul Butler.
I mean, they keep bringing him back to let him go. At some point, one or two things is going to happen. Either he's going to piss or get off the pod.
I mean, he's going to have to show off.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to have to do some extraordinary things to show off in camp. I mean, at this limited amount of time. I mean, yeah, they're still going to have the walkthroughs and everything. Like, nah, they're not going to have, like, you know, they'll just have helmet and jersey. That's it. But I mean, they got to make something happen. They're gonna have to look. If you're trying to make this roster, you're gonna have to do everything in your power. Like, hey, put me on special teams. Get me on special teams right off the bat.
Yeah. That's literally going to be the only way they're going to make this roster. Because I'm going to be honest with you, Phil, and you and I have spoken about it off the show numerous times. This roster is set. Your starting 22 is set. Make no mistake about that. What you're seeing guys compete for now is depth positions and special teams, because those 22 guys are already set. Continuity has been what they've preached this offseason. Continuity is suddenly what's now become their greatest strength. And so do not expect to see a whole bunch of guys coming out of nowhere to steal jobs, because I just don't see that happening. Now, I've learned to never say never. So it is possible, but the likelihood of it is very, very low.
So here's my thing. You know, going into camp, I mean, I'll just you know what? I'll put out your starters for camp. I have that out tomorrow morning and show everybody who the starters are going to be for offense to defense and special teams. And I'll also go on and put out who really is on the bubble to lose that position.
Get out of here, Phil. Here we go.
Oh, come on.
Talk about putting it out there tomorrow. Tyrell Williams, Zay Jones, Darren Waller. We already know the starting offensive line is coming back. You got Ingold, you got Jacobs, you got Carr. You're starting 11.
See, you know, you take the fun out of it right there. Come on.
On defense.
You going to take the fun out of it?
That's right. You can prove. You can say something different, and I'll be wrong. But that'll never happen. Mukamara, Mukamara will be starting. Mullen will be starting. Abram will be starting. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Is where does Abram play? Because where Abram plays determines who is going to be the other starting safety. Will it be Randall? Will it be Chief? That's probably where my bet is. It could be Eric Harris.
I'm gonna hit you with a wild one. I think Harris ends up starting.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Because let's be real here. I mean, he was what? Our leading guy in interceptions. Harris can comprehend what he needs to be done on defense. The guy he's basically a film room guy. He understands, he comprehends what's going on. So having Eric Harris out there with Jonathan Abram, I had no problem with that.
Continuity. That's going to be a recurring theme. This won't be the last time you hear me say it. Continuity. Your new guys, your linebackers, and we've wondered who was going to be the third linebacker, and I forgot who brought up the fact that the Raiders run two linebacker sets more than anybody else in the NFL. So your linebackers are Kwiatkowski and Littleton.
Kwiatkowski
and Littleton. And you're looking at Farrell, Hurst, Hankins, or depend. Actually, I think you might see some Malik. What is his name? Brain fart. Oh, save me, Phil. Dude from Dallas that they just picked up. Malik Collins.
Yeah, go. Malik Collins. Yeah.
And the Condor. Crazy Mad Max.
I mean, yeah.
That's your base formation starting 11.
Because I'm going to be real here. Looking at, I really do feel like you can roll with three line. Because you basically just broke down your base nickel.
And then you'll have Joyner in the slot for now.
That's true. But the other thing I was also looking at, I mean, I think they're going to come out in base 43. I just literally just had my boys have Tanner Muse out there. I honestly feel that Muse would be the other outside linebacker.
Weak side, make him a Will? No, he'd have to be the Sam.
And let's be real here. And you can have him kick out the slot, too. See, a lot of people underestimate Tanner Muse's speed. He has safety speed. He ran a 4.4? That's good enough to be. That's good enough to be in the slot. He knows how to jam a guy. He can be physical, and he can stay up with the guy. He can stay up with a tight end, and he can stay up with a slot receiver. So my thing is this: there's going to be times where if you feel that you need to be in that base 43, and you see that they ain't brought another receiver out there, I mean, look. I know Paul Gunther can be creative, and he's going to have to put his big boy pants on, and he's going to have to focus in on, like, hey, either Littleton or have Muse kick out and be willing to cover that slot. They have the speed, so there shouldn't be a problem. When you have linebackers now that can cover the outside from sideline to sideline, that is a major solid for this defense. And, speaking of defense, I've been hearing all like for the past couple of months on Twitter, fans coming out and saying that, Raiders need a top 10 offense, they need a top 10 defense. You know the funny thing here, Phil? John Gruden's only had a top 10 Raider defense one time. Once.
And what year was that?
2000 and that was 2000.
Was it 2000 or 2001?
2000.
Yeah, the year that they would have won the Super Bowl if the goose hadn't fallen on Gannon's shoulder.
I mean, and to be honest, you had a better record. If I recall, they had a better record in 2001 than what they had in 2000. If we want to be technical, because I keep hearing.
Yeah, 2001 is what sent them to the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right, no, that was 2002. So all right, so yeah, 2000 they went 12-4. But if you look from 98, because I'm just like, it's funny that people don't get this shit.
Revisionist history. People only look at
They went 8.
They
They finished second in the AFC West division. Let's see. Your defense was ranked what? 20th? 99. Okay, your defense ranked 16. Pretty good. 2000. Defense ranked 9th. Here we go to 2001. The defense went back and ranked 19th. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you go back and look at how we were in 2018 with the defense was ranked what, dead last, correct? So you go from dead last to 24. So there has been a huge difference in defense. But the thing of it is, I mean, everybody's like, the only way we're going to be able to do this, we're going to have like a top 10 defense. We got to be ranked like 8th. We got to be ranked 6th. We can make the playoffs doing that. And it'll take a lot off on Derek Carr. I'm like, no, I don't want like that. Now your offense got to step it up. Offense has to step it up in the red zone. So I mean, these are things that need to be truly looked at when you're going into training camp. You're like, my red zone offense was it was a struggle. It was a hell of a struggle. We got to work to force more. We on defensive side, you need to create more defensive turnovers. That's another thing. So when you look at those two things right there, that's what's hurting. Not creating enough turnovers on defense and not being able to execute 7 points on the drive.
Yeah. Those were definitely two of the top 3. The overall scoring is the one part that you left out. Because we cannot expect to do anything ranked in the bottom third of the league in scoring. Now we can write, everybody in the world will write a pass for Derek Carr for the offense, but the fact of the matter is that they just flat out didn't get it done. And you can move the ball up and down the field, but if you don't get in the end zone, it doesn't matter. All you literally did was burn clock for the other team.
And see, here's the thing. And everybody says it's Gruden's system. Well, yes, it's Gruden's system. The strategy is to burn the clock, but also in that process, score.
The latch.
Yeah, because I'm looking at some stuff, dude. Third quarter troubles. Oh man. In 16 third quarters, you know how many points that they scored? 20 points. Now, Phil, tell me, in this league, that's just not gonna help you. If you only had 20 points in a total of 16 third quarters, that is a hot mess.
That's ass cheeks. That's not a hot mess. I passed up a hot mess a while ago.
It's bro, it's more, you know, and people try to like turn the other cheek and ignore it, and it's gotta stop. It really
Why the
does.
Raiders have been losing. It's because that's part. I'm not gonna say it's why the Raiders have been losing, but it's part of the problem with the fan base. Is that you get hopped up on one guy and it doesn't matter what the team overall is doing. The team is not winning football games. It doesn't matter how good one. And Gruden said it, showed it to you at the beginning when he traded Khalil Mack. One guy does not matter if you're not winning football games.
I mean, shall I share it? Shall I
Tell me,
show you?
please.
Hey, you know what? Yeah.
But in the meantime, while you're looking that up,
Oh no! I'm not even looking it up. I'm just gonna show you guys. Y'all think I'm playing? Because this is the only way it's gonna change. It's the only way it's gonna change unless that person's gonna want to step the hell out. Oh, excuse me, you guys. Allergies. It's like on infinite loop. Let's see what's up. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? When you're ranked 20th out of what? 33 acting quarterbacks? Your backup's what? 7 spots behind you. I mean, you look at that on his part, he was what? He didn't play the entire season. The fact that you are seen as a tier 3 quarterback and you were seen as tier 3 going back in 2019, you finished the year off ranked as 20th. That's a problem. I think I lost Phil. Y'all know how you guys be driving them California mountains, y'all be disappearing and shit. But no, that's a problem. The problem is, why does my quarterback keep showing up in the 20s? Now, a lot of folks thought this was like everybody just thinking this is bullshit coming out of everybody's ass saying, oh, well, well, Derek Carr was top 10 right there, and Derek Carr was this and that. So I mean, like, if he was that, stats don't matter if it doesn't translate into wins. And I have to repeat this to each and every one of you guys because now I know my normals. I know you guys already know. Y'all like, bruh, you ain't gotta preach it to me. But I'm gonna say it again because there's always someone new that's listening. This is not hate. This is not slander. This is facts. You can be as accurate as I don't know what, but when you're holding a record of 39 and 55, that's a problem. Exactly. Wins are the only stats that matter, to be honest. And you know the wild thing about it? You got too many folks that want to jump on and say, well, you know, he has these 4-quarter comebacks and all that. I mean, technically, wouldn't that list on the wins? So there shouldn't be anybody bitching and complaining saying that, oh, wins shouldn't be against a quarterback. Yeah, I mean, it's been like that for God knows how long. So, oh, God, don't start with me with them accurate 5-yard passes. Look, I'm going to say this shit right here. If we see the same shit that we saw last year, and it is not, I'm going to repeat this right now, and I showed you guys the other week, it is not John Gruden's system. John Gruden's system is made for his guys to stretch the field, and it's not for just yards after catch. It is not just for yards after catch. Hey, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, too. I can't stress it out enough. Phil, I just going on a little rant, just saying that we keep saying that. You keep hearing folks want to say that John Gruden's offense, you know, he's going into year 3 with Derek Carr, and then the whole, his offense is made for slants and yards after catch. No, it is not. We have showed you the plays. If I gotta pull this back up again, so be it. But yes, Carr does hold this offense back. And that's, I'm gonna be real with you guys. This is why you have not seen the playbook expand. There are a handful. It's like John Gruden has the Old Testament and the King James version of his playbook, where I'm telling you this. There are plays that, well, that's old, but it's in a new form of concept, and it's taking it to the next level. You know that John Gruden, there's word that John Gruden had plays where they're in the pistol formation. And I actually went back and looked at some of our games where we lined up in the pistol formation, but Carr audible out of it. Trust was being given to you. Because if you're hearing that Tom Cable saying that, well, you know, we ran the same damn play over and over and over again to the same side, and they couldn't stop us. So there's not a problem with running the ball. So what's the problem with you trying to throw the ball in that formation or any formation that you were given the first time? If you can run the damn ball and know that the blitz is coming on that side and you guys are running straight towards it and excuse me, executing it and getting the first down and more, there's no excuse. I had to go back and sit and listen to some of the press conference, and I'm just saying this. I feel like this fan base makes too many excuses for this quarterback.
Not in touch with reality. Falling in love with a player again, and not the team. Because if you like you said about Cable, so I'll just hit everybody else to one thing, because I know you already know. If your running game is that unstoppable, that they know it's that it's unstoppable, that they're committing extra guys
Right?
to your running game, That's when you start hitting them with the play action and the bootleg to the other side because nobody is going to be there. Because, like Tahir Whitehead, they're going to sell out, commit eye violations, and have absolutely no idea what's going on behind them or who actually has the football. And that's a major issue for the Raiders. It was a
Yeah,
major issue
hold on, hold
all.
on. I'm sorry to cut you off. I apologize to cut you off, but it was just something that caught me here. You know, Rich said that my biggest problem with Derek Carr is he can't take advantage of a 9-man box. You have two capable tight ends of running that play action, block and release. You have a capable fullback of catching out of the backfield and running spider 2 wide banana. So you're gonna tell me those plays are right there, and you cannot run it with 9 people in the box. And it had and Inserator. And look, it has nothing to do with our receiving core. Cause I'm gonna tell you this: our receiving core barely dropped passes last year. I mean,
Second
you saw it in
yardage
those what
separation in the NFL behind only Kansas City.
you saw it in maybe 2 games where it was like, oh my gosh, it looks terrible. But if you go back and look at the accurate numbers, the Raiders weren't bad in drops. To be honest, I go back and look at Rich Gannon, and I didn't see God knows how many drops. They had 9 drops in the game, and you know what? They still won. 9 drops in one game and still managed to win. So when I say this not to what am I looking for? I say this basically just to tell you guys that, ladies and gentlemen, take the training wheels off of Derek Carr. He's not a baby. Take the pacifier out of his mouth. He's not a baby. That man
7th year in the league.
7th year, and there you go. And
If he
you've
was on
been
another
in the
team,
league for 7 years in the league.
Hold on just a sec, because if Derek Carr was on another team or if he was another quarterback, the popular consensus would be going into year 7, he is who he is.
Hey, Phil, this is an interesting question by Wendy. If the NFL has COVID issues like MLB, do you think Gruden will give Carr 2021-2022 as quarterback?
We'll give him what? 2020 to
Will make him
2021?
quarterback for the
Uh-huh.
2021 season? I'm going to say no.
To answer your question, Wendy, for me, and Jones can answer after I'm done. It would first the first distinction would be how far into 2020 do they get, and how did he play during 2020? My guess would be no, because you brought in Mariota, you got Carr. If Carr is not performing up to what Gruden is looking for, or taking advantage of all the weapons that he's been given, then he will be replaced, because by then you should be able to get Mariota up to speed and deep in the playbook. I doubt very seriously that they're going to bring in a rookie to jump over Peterman and Mariota. And if Carr can't get it done, once again, it's year 7, and he is who he is by now. Every knock that you've seen against Derek Carr has been the same knock going all the way back to his sophomore year at Fresno State.
No, you got a point.
You hit it. It's in Mike Sando's article in the Athletic, ranking him the 20th ranked quarterback in the league. If you hit him, he will get rattled, and if he gets rattled, Expect the ball to be coming out in 2.2 seconds, and if he could get to the top of his drop in less than 2 seconds, he'd throw it in less than 2 seconds because he does not like getting hit.
And here's the wild thing. If you're hearing this from a defensive coordinator now, that should tell you that the league literally now has him figured out.
The book and the book have all read the books. Know that if you show him this look, he will audible and go to your quick slant to try to hit you in between the seams for that cover two, and have your off safety jump the route and take it to the house. Juan Thornhill did that for the Chiefs. That's exactly what he did. What it looked like was when Eric Harris snatched those passes off Phillip Rivers. As he watched him, he knew the receiver was running a post. He stepped in front of him, and there was nothing left but green grass in front of him.
Wow. You know, the last time he ranked 7th under the Athletic back in 2017. I mean, you can try to think about all the positives about Derek Carr, but when you've been, Mike, I'm going to tell you this. When you've been defending this man since 2014.
Nobody was defending him in 2014. In 2014, he was the man. He was the future.
Oh, hold on. Stop, Phil. Hold on, stop. Because you wasn't on Twitter in 2014. Oh, we had some cats. What was it? Kid Fancy or something like that? That one guy? Right, he was saying that Matt McGloin should have been the starting quarterback over Derek Carr. Right, it was. We had Ricky Bobby saying that he was Mr. Lemons. Everybody was battling with him. Everybody was saying trade Ricky Bobby to Cleveland. Right. Let me tell you something. That was still part of Twitter's dark ages. Bro, like Ricky Bobby tatted on his body, he hates Derek Carr. That's what I'm saying, Phil. Before you jump and say that, Derek Carr was the man, there came a price that trying to defend Derek Carr back in 2014. I will tell you this. I defended Derek Carr better than Cody.
For a while.
Defended him better than Cody. Motherfuckers like, oh my God, man, we don't need Derek Carr. I'm like, look, I'm going to tell you this. Derek Carr had all that he needed around him. Once you had Jack Del Rio come in, he came in, he drafted Clyde Walford. He had brought in Crabtree, had Cooper, so on and so forth. And then the emergence of Latavius Murray. I'm just like, dude, it was right there. So when I tell you, Carr had weapons back in the day, he had weapons back in the day.
7 Pro Bowlers is what they.
He had a Pro Bowl offensive line. Yeah, he had. My man had. Let's see, Penn, Kelechi, Hudson, even Gabe. Gabe was alternate. He had Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Crabtree was an alternate. He had Latavius Murray. So, you know, I didn't have weapons right there. Those weapons were there from 2015. Basically, they were from 2015 to 2017. So he had weapons. So there should be no excuse about him not ever having weapons because he did have weapons. So
Absolutely, he did.
yeah,
And not only that,
even Seth. Seth,
let,
Seth was he was a sleeper. Seth had his ups and downs, but when you needed Seth the most, Seth was there.
and clutch.
Right?
But and so we could take, and like I said, I just wanted to add to that. Everybody says the car needs a top 10 offense. When he had a top 10 offense, he didn't finish the season. He had the best line in the league, a running back who came out of nowhere and was everything that you could ask for and more out of your starting running back. 2,000-yard receivers and a dope tight end, and still Derek Carr couldn't get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
He literally got hit once. And when he got hit once, he broke his leg.
Man. Every time I saw Derek Carr fall to the ground hurt, the first song that popped in my head was DMX Slipping and Falling.
And this show is going to be more. We want the show to be more about just what happens with Carr. It's really what happens with the Raiders. But honestly,
Yeah.
we can't ignore what's going on. And a lot of people want to. A lot of people want to make excuses. A lot of people want to point the finger elsewhere. And I get it. And the situation has not been perfect. You've lacked talent in certain areas. You've not gotten production in others. The defense hasn't been world beaters. Every excuse you want to make. But last year, the Raiders traded for Trevor Davis, I believe his name was.
Yeah.
Trevor Davis came and did nothing for the Raiders. They traded for Trevor Davis after Aaron Rodgers used him to light the Raiders up the week before.
Yeah.
A good quarterback makes the talent around him better. A good quarterback doesn't need talent to be good. He needs talent to be great. And like it or not, with great talent, Carr is just good.
So is good going to be enough? Is the question.
So up until the time that the Kansas City Chiefs drafted a guy out of Texas Tech when they had a good quarterback, good would have been enough. But now you see the AFC is stacked with great quarterbacks. Good isn't going to beat Lamar Jackson. Good isn't going to beat Deshaun Watson. Good isn't going to beat Patrick Mahomes, the reigning Super Bowl champion.
That's real.
Good isn't going to be good enough to beat a bad Ryan Tannehill and a Derrick Henry that's running the Titans damn near to the Super Bowl. You are going to need your quarterback to make some wow plays. Not just wow throws from a clean pocket, some wow plays. And by wow throws, I don't mean dropping a pass in the bucket in double coverage. Yes, that's nice, but I'm talking about some frozen ropes 40 and 50 yards down the field. We went out, you asked for rugs, you asked for speed. Now, and the other thing that really tripped me out was when everybody says that there was no speed on the team, and you got Rico Gafford over there sitting on the bench who ran a 4.22.
So I give you this, and this came from a former player. A former player said, "You see Derek Carr willing to step up and run when you saw it like back from I say when you saw it back from what 2014 to 2016, it was like, damn, we got a problem if we don't handle Derek Carr." You look at Derek Carr after the leg injury, you know, you still saw it in 2017. You saw it last year for like one or two big plays, but they're saying there's so much more with him. He's just hesitant. And if he continues to be hesitant, he's going to have that problem. He's going to struggle. This is coming from a linebacker. The linebacker is literally saying that Derek Carr can be a top. He can be up like top 15 and whatnot, but he's got to be willing to go the extra mile
to do those things. And so to drive that point home and to really bring it around full circle, I'm going to throw out a name that I brought out earlier and bring it back. Alex Smith. Alex Smith is coming off one of the most grotesque injuries that you've seen since Joe Theis.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me, bro.
He's cleared to play. And if he can go out onto the field, reclaim his starting job, and run after what happened to him, then we have zero excuses, because his leg injury was far worse than Carr's leg injury.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this: one, I'm gonna continue to say this until I see up close in the coming weeks, because he's still on the PUP list. Until he passes that physical, he's gonna be on that PUP list.
And that's understandable. He should be.
And the other thing is this:
that was supposed to be a career-ending injury that he decided to fight through and not let his career go.
The thing about it is, you're gonna see him start this year. I don't see that. This is Haskins' team. Will he be a quarterback that can like help guide him? Yeah, and I feel like if I'm
Haskins' team,
say that again.
I said, is it Haskins' team? Daniel Snyder is paying Alex Smith a whole shit ton of money.
Well, if you go, hey, I don't mean look, Phil, I had to slap you for that one. You know how many times we done seen the Redskins pay all these guys all this money and they ain't doing a damn thing? Oh, do we need to go back to Albert Hainsworth? Oh, do we need to go back to Brandon Lloyd? Shall I continue down the list, my friend?
No, there's no need, because all that is irrelevant. Because the moment that Alex Smith takes that field, who's the face of the franchise? Sure ain't going to be Dwayne Haskins.
Well, how are you going to say he's not going to be the face of the franchise, because he had he came in and had a crummy season?
Because it's Daniel Snyder's team?
Well, you know, Daniel Snyder's not in the best position right now with certain things, so
sure he is.
No, he really is.
Listen to what everybody else said, he was going to be out.
Only way he was going to be out if he didn't agree to change that name. He agreed to change that name. But Daniel Snyder is don't cut me off. Daniel Snyder is going to fall back, because if he doesn't want to deal with anything else, that's going to be coming out of the grave. Yeah, and we're going to leave it as that. But Rich, you said, "Yo, Jones, Rob, you know some of the Carr family media cultists are in here."
What's up, fellas?
And
Don't make me no difference.
if they are, you know, while you at it, come make me a sandwich. Make me a sandwich.
Said
Make
if they are,
over
how about
4,000
this?
yards.
How about this? Forget about all of that, making sandwiches and shit. If
Make
you're
me a
interested,
sandwich.
if you were in here and you have something to say, by all means, say it.
I'm
Come
gonna
up,
hear it.
debate it. Shit, we there's nothing but space and opportunity right here between us.
Enlighten me.
Show me
Prove
how
to
I'm
me
wrong.
that I'm wrong.
Show me your facts. I ain't talking about no car facts. Show me your facts.
You mean the Carfax?
The car facts.
Hey, go on and show me anything. I'm all eyes and ears.
Or set a date and we can bring you on and we can debate this. Don't have to play through comments. You can say what you have to say in front of everybody.
Bro, I emailed Darren. I never got a message back.
Shocker.
I said, come in. Come talk some Raider football with me, buddy, old pal.
Fred.
Come break it down with me. Break it down. Nothing. Nothing. So, anywho, training camp is going to be interesting this year. Like I said, everybody's going to be jumping to do contact going into August, which is, you know, in my opinion, I actually do like that ideal that they're going to be waiting from here to then to that time period. Now, the other thing, I don't know if you guys heard, but if you meeting up in large gatherings, the league, NFL Players Association, the team, you're looking at getting fined. And I mean, it's nasty. I mean, we're talking like they can hit your pocket.
Yeah, they tax that ass. Six figure funds. You gonna feel that. Don't matter how many millions you making per year. Somebody hits you with a 6-figure fine, you gonna know.
I put it like this, bro. You ain't gonna be doing what Lou Williams did, but I mean, you know, I'm gonna take that back because Lou Williams, you know, he lost somebody in his family, and then you know he stopped by and got some wings. I mean, you're gonna be hungry on the way back, but you know, sorry for his loss. But I put it like this: if you're supposed to be staying somewhere, you better stay where you at. Don't be going anywhere else. Don't go to no large event. If you go to a large event, then your team's like, oh, we got to quarantine you. We got to do another checkup on you. You know what? Let's see how much you're going to lose. That's the most wild part.
It was 150 grand, right?
Whew.
Now, I don't know if that's per occurrence or if that's a one-time deal.
And I have it right here. Here we go. Damn, you can face termination of pay.
Void your contract?
Yeah. your contract can be voided.
Think they may try that. There'll be a grievance somewhere down the road. That'll be a
No,
spot.
you know what's funny? This was already spoken to with the agents.
Interesting. I did
It's
not
in,
know
their,
that.
it's in their collective bargaining agreement, man.
The amended collective bargaining with the COVID protocols.
Yep.
Man,
Dang.
that's something I haven't read yet.
Yeah, bro. You better get reading. Here we go. And like, so like, if you don't have like something set up, like if you're not gonna like be able to make that money like this year and all that, NFL Players Association, they're gonna have you set up. That's why they were asking to get this, and this set up and squared away for a lot of the players. So to be honest, if you're a player, bro, just stay put. Just order room service and shit, bro. Like, just stay put. I mean, go to the facility at least. Don't get in trouble. But other than that, Phil, oh damn, this motherfucker just went black. You know you got to do your homework on this stuff. You have to. And I feel that a lot of folks get misinformed. Like I'll say, for example, they went on and dropped out and said that fans can attend games this year, and it really depends on what they're going to do locally. If they're saying locally that, yeah, we got too many COVID cases, you're not going to be able to have your games here. So there's that. But other than that, we're going to go on and wrap this up. There's going to be more stuff going on during the week. We're going to be back on Friday night. Just give you a quick recap on what went down during the middle of the week. He's back. Okay. Yeah, so Phil, we're going to go on and wrap it up. Give you guys, we'll be back on Friday. Give you guys a recap of what went down during the week, any updates that you guys need to know. We'll keep you posted on our Twitter feed. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Phil Jones NFL, Phil Robinson the third, Lex Luthor.
Nope, just at Phil Robinson the third.
Okay, that's Phil Robinson the third. You guys can catch the show recap on our YouTube page. Going to give the YouTube page, subscribe to it. It's the Unfiltered Truth. Subscribe to us on iSports Radio. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes, Telemundo. We're everywhere. We're global. We're national. But other than that, I do my best to try to keep you guys posted on what's going on during the week. And we will jump back in it Friday night. And I know Phil Rogers got another article. He's working on it. They whooping him like the Jackson 5. So he's going to give you guys something good. So y'all take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Wear your mask and be safe, you guys. All right.
And remember, if anybody asked, I was with y'all the whole time. Peace out.